So right now, bringing up to your current situation, you have a granddaughter that you cannot see because the judge, the guardian ad litem, put the child in with another family who's not even related.
Right.
The judge knows this.
She knows this, and so I didn't get to tell you this part was they found the father. They finally placed the baby with the paternal grandparents.
Okay.
However, CPS, the ad litem, and the courts are making them share this child
With the
with
people.
the people who are non-related.
Okay. And then, of course, they're letting them share the child with you, right?
No.
So here you are, the maternal grandmother,
Yes.
and you're cut out of the entire equation.
Oh, they said I could see the baby if they let me. It's just if they let me.
Yeah. And have you had any success with that? Because my understanding is they didn't even know you existed.
They didn't know I existed, and then they finally did meet me. Actually, as a matter of fact, when they first knew who I was, like they had heard my name, CPS had told them that I was a prostitute and that I was a drug addict, and they told them and made all these things up. Well, they wanted to meet me and see who I was, and so they met with me by themselves. Then they allowed me to see my granddaughter at Chuck E. Cheese. And then when they told the CPS worker that they let me see the grandbaby at Chuck E. Cheese, they told them that wasn't going to happen anymore, and under no circumstances was I allowed to see my granddaughter.
Wow.
Without them supervising. So CPS started to give me 1 hour a month with my granddaughter.
Yeah.
But what they would do is they would, like, for 9 months, they wouldn't let me see her. Then they would give me a visit for 1 hour, then take her away for a few more months and give me 1 more hour. And then they go to the judge and say that I've had no substantial past contact with my granddaughter, which is another thing that's used in the court.
Right.
I have to prove that I've had substantial contact with my grandchild to
Right.
have a case for standing.
Yeah. So, and especially in Texas, grandparents have almost no rights.
They don't. They have
And-
limited rights.
And I'm going to tell you, I've read what Governor Abbott wrote
On
when
his
he was
website.
Attorney General and stuff, when he gave his opinion. I think his opinion was an opinion against grandparents. And that's my impression. It was based on Troxel versus Granville. I think that was another decision that the court was overly broad. It was a plurality opinion. It wasn't something like this is the way it's going to be and everything. But what the courts have done, they have helped to destroy families. And then you have laws that they put in effect based on court decisions. And then you have attorneys who find, well, wait a minute. Now if we fight for grandparents, we can make a whole lot of money off of them, basically not telling them, by and large, there is a predetermined outcome you're going to lose. But we're going to make it look like we're fighting it, and that's a good $25,000 for us, at least, something along those lines, if you're willing to do that. And the whole
It's
thing,
expensive.
yeah. I've wondered why even these courts and these strangers get to make any determination whatsoever about a family relationship. You are a grandmother, and they have destroyed your relationship with several of your grandchildren already indiscriminately.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to get this one destroyed, but we've had actually a good thing happen recently was where they gave my daughter a really good attorney,
Okay.
and he is planning on trying to overturn this termination that she
Right.
signed.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happens because it was done under duress.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, and I don't want to discount the fact that there are good attorneys out there.
There are some good ones.
Yeah. And there are some good judges, but to me, from what I have seen, they tend to be in the minority. I'm not sure if that's your opinion, but that's what I've seen. I'm not saying, I think that,
I haven't had a lot of positive experience with this judge. I mean, I had a child report like SA, like sexual assault before, and then just turn around and throw my child, who's a minor, into a place called Mahia State School to see if my child was retarded. I mean, this is what's happened, and then tell me I had to choose between one of my kids and which one wanted to live with me and put the other in the streets. I have the papers that prove it.
yeah, this is amazing.
This is what they've done, and they didn't take those kids from me. That's the
Right.
thing. Those kids were never subject to being taken away. They were never put in foster care. I never had my rights terminated. However, when my other child was a minor in the same court, they took her first child away from the court, had it ordered to go get the child.
Yeah.
That's why I'm bringing it up from CPS to here. And so they went to get my grandchild, and it was based on the fact that my daughter didn't go live with someone at the age of 17 who she didn't even know. They said there was a court order for her to live with someone else, and those people didn't even know there was because they never attended a court hearing. So they're trying to make you do things that they can't make you do, and then turn around and take your children from you, which in fact took my grandchildren.
Yeah.
And it's caused a pain and suffering for, since 2013 they were adopted.
Yeah.
The heartache will never go away because the people who adopted my grandchildren, it was even said that they believed that the children should have had an open relationship with the family, that it was in their best interest. We would get 3 visits a year with a picture, and as soon as the case is over, they don't tell you that as soon as it's over, it's no longer enforceable.
Wow.
And that's what they do in Texas.
Wow.
They are giving these parents post-relinquishment right visits, which is what they're trying to do right now with my current grandchild.
Right.
And that in itself is supposed to be voided by law.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how are they getting away with this? And then grandparents are losing their grandchildren thinking they're going to get to see them again because they gave their children visits.
Right.
And grandparents are being kicked out.
So how do you fix the system? Or can you fix the system? I mean, other than...
I don't think that it can be fixed all the way.
Yeah.
But I think the best start is for people to show up at voting booths, have proof out there, try to get people to listen to who should be voted for, who to get out. It's time we get these people out and bring some new ones in. It's time we do a whole reform on CPS. We need to get people in here and elect people that actually want to make a difference.
Yeah.
Because this is out of hand.
So CPS, there was a famous case a few years back ago when CPS was claiming they had the constitutional right to lie to take kids away. Did you see that?
No, where was this?
This was in California, I believe it was. But CPS was trying to say that, it was okay to lie to remove a child from a household, just to make up stuff. And
They take kids away because they're in danger. That's what they're supposed to do.
so there's supposed to be imminent danger. It's supposed to not just be take the kids away because, well, we think that this family here has more money, or maybe the kids would be indulged more over here, something like that. But what they're doing right now is the CPS people often are playing God. And often, or actually, let's not say they're playing God. Let's say that CPS people are often playing devil, because God would not do these things.
No.
It is basically almost demonic, I would say, in many instances, what takes place.
I've always said that taking children away from their roots, their biological family, is worse than any death sentence.
Right.
You might as well execute me because that's what they're doing.
Right.
And that's the way I feel.
Right. Right.